welcome you. So lately, we've been digging into some really interesting sources around this whole idea of self-work.
Hmm.
And, on the surface, it might just sound like another buzzword, right? Like personal improvement.
Sure, like a simple self-help thing.
But the stuff we've been reading suggests, well, something much deeper is going on, a way bigger reason for doing this inner work than just, a personal glow up.
That's right.
So our mission today is really to unpack the why behind it. And it seems to go way beyond just benefits for yourself.
It really does.
Hmm.
The sources we're looking at point to um, two main motivations that kind of lift self-work way beyond just feeling better day to day.
Okay.
They talk about transcending the limits of our sort of everyday earthly life,
Right.
and maybe even more profoundly, sharing the insights we get with, well, everyone, the whole network of souls we're connected to.
That really makes you think differently about it.
It's a big perspective shift.
It is. And something that jumped out at me was this feeling, and I think maybe a lot of us have it, that this whole inner journey can feel like, well, just a constant struggle.
Oh, definitely.
One of the young monks in the material actually called it an endless struggle. And I thought, yeah, that resonates, that feeling of always trying to, get better.
Totally relatable.
But okay, let's start with that first core idea you mentioned, transcending earthly teachings. The sources use this really interesting image, Earth, as a vast school for souls.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What kind of curriculum are we talking about here?
Well, the basic idea is that our time here on Earth is full of lessons. Lessons focused on handling the built-in limits of having a physical body and dealing with our whole emotional landscape.
Okay.
These sources suggest we often get driven by instinct, right? Or swept away by really strong emotions or just obsessed with material stuff.
Yeah, getting stuck in patterns.
Exactly. Cycles of pain, anger, desire, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Self-work, things like healing old wounds, becoming more self-aware, mindfulness. That's how we learn to rise above those automatic reactions.
The ones often based in fear or anger.
Precisely. Those knee-jerk responses.
So it's like moving off autopilot.
Exactly. By understanding ourselves better, we start acting from a place of more clarity, making conscious choices, moving toward what the text calls higher states of consciousness.
Okay, like what does that look like practically?
Think about moving from just lashing out in anger to maybe responding with thoughtful compassion, even when someone's pushing your buttons.
Right. Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But that shift lets us grasp these deeper truths about who we are, our place in the bigger picture.
And the ultimate goal they mention is pretty ambitious.
It is. They talk about potentially graduating from the school of Earth.
Graduating, meaning,
Well, possibly moving beyond the cycle of reincarnation, or maybe reaching a state of, enlightenment.
wow, okay, that's a massive concept. So does that mean even the small moments count? Like noticing when I'm getting defensive or trying to be present?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every single time. Each bit of healing, every little insight about yourself,
Hmm.
it's all framed as a step towards that bigger understanding, a step beyond the usual earthly limits.
It's like learning the lessons so we don't have to keep repeating the same class, basically.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, reason one for self-work, our own spiritual evolution, graduating Earth School.
Mhm.
But the second big reason was about sharing knowledge with fellow souls. That really highlights how connected we all are, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
There's this analogy they use about cells sharing DNA. It's quite vivid.
How so?
It shows how our personal growth isn't just happening in a bubble, right? It has ripples.
Loving the podcast? Don't miss out. Unlock the full episode with a subscription. Get in touch to subscribe now. Fix your inner world at gmail.com.